Hello, everyone. I am back for the Vendor Live. We are here today with All Brands, and they are going to be at our Everything Embroidery Market in Lafayette, Louisiana, March 3rd through 5th. So, without further ado, welcome.
Hi. Hey. Oh my gosh, we're so excited to be involved with Everything Embroidery Market again this year. My name's Barbara. We're a family-owned and operated business, and alongside me is Courtney, my sister-in-law, and also the Scan and Cut, brother Scan and Cut extraordinaire. We have a lot of fun things planned for Everything Embroidery Market.
We are so excited that y'all are going to be joining us again. We missed y'all. It was the last two shows.
Yeah. We were in Biloxi.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it was two shows that y'all weren't able to make it, but now y'all are back and we are so pumped. Y'all bring so much education and we are so excited for that. Let's jump right in. So on Saturday, y'all are going to be teaching cutting up with the Scan and Cut. And Courtney, I believe that's you teaching, right?
Yes, that is my class. We have a lot of fun. And this time, I promise, we will not go over, because last time we went over and people were like, I think they're about to close. Should we? But this time we're going to be doing it Saturday. So if anyone has any questions after the class, I'll be in the booth to answer them, because everyone always thinks of questions. They're like, I finally have someone in front of me to ask these questions and get an answer. And it's their personal questions. Like, I did this project and this went wrong. What was I doing? What was happening? So I think Everything Embroidery Market is just great for that, to actually be in person with someone and tangible, holding on to things. So the classes, it's so amazing that you guys do classes to actually give education.
Yes. And we think it's such an important part in people learning, because once you're there, you have these questions. Right. And some people didn't realize they had the question until they hear it, which is so much different than just watching a tutorial online. And maybe you have a question and you can reach out to the instructor online, but not everybody sees the question or hears the question. So when you're in class and you hear someone else ask the question, sometimes that you're like, oh, well, I didn't even know to ask that. Or you're like, oh, from that question, I have another question. And I feel like it's such a wonderful thing to be in person.
Right.
Because you get all these ideas from other people.
Right. And I think it was great, especially, during the class, people would come up to me with their questions and I'm like, touch the machine. You click the buttons, you do this. So that way you have the muscle memory when you get home to be like, oh, that's what I did. And then I did this. And she explained that. So I'm excited. We're going to be just Scan and Cut 101, because a lot of people, they're new to this and it's very overwhelming and they feel like there's so many things out there. So we just go over 101. But then if someone who has done it for a while and they want to expand into that, well, we're able to do that too. So I'm excited. That's what happened last time in the classes. We kept having more and more questions because we love this. And it's so great to be together with people who also enjoy, this industry and this craft. So it's just, it's like our Christmas.
Well, and the Scan and Cut has so many things to offer on it. Like it's so much more than just your regular, vinyl cutter type that you see at Michael's. Which there's nothing wrong with those, but it is definitely like another level.
Yeah. It's like those, but on steroids. It's usually how I explain it. And I don't like to be limited. So it's an unlimited machine. You've got so much built in, and I'm a Scan and Cut nerd. So the first step is admitting it,
When we first talked to you or we had our podcast last year, and you were talking all about Scan and Cut, I was like, I had no idea it could do that much.
Yeah.
Like, and you were just doing some of just a few things. And I'm like, what? And then I went and I watched all of your videos and I was like,
went down the wormhole of it all.
It was bad. I was like, oh, and it can do this and that and this. No.
If you haven't caught her channel yet, it's All Brands After Hours. And yes, it's such a great show. It's on YouTube. It's on allbrands.com. YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So check her out. Follow us, please.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
we say after hours because it's me after that. So then that way, if I say anything, I'll be like, "Look, guys, it was after hours. I don't."
Exactly. I can't be held accountable at that.
But it's a great community. That's the nice part about it is I always say I'll answer the questions in the comments, but some of our ladies in there they'll answer them before us. And I'm like, I love that. I love we're creating a community of people that are helping each other and enjoying it together. And like EM does. I mean, you guys have a whole amazing community that follows you guys around. So.
Is amazing.
Yeah. And that's what I think I hear a lot of people say about burnout, but like they get burned out of doing it, but I never do just because it's like we enjoy this and we're having so much fun. Yeah. But they say if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Right.
So
I think a lot of people in this industry, it is their passion. It is a lot of them, it's a hobby that became their business. And I feel like burnout doesn't happen as much when it's something you're passionate about.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And there's always like new to learn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of passionate people, we have some special guests that we're bringing to the show. So we're really excited that Becky Thompson from Power Tools with Thread is going to be with us in our booth. And we're also working with you guys to get her on the demo stage to demonstrate some Brother products. We'll be there with the Brother multi-needle embroidery machines and some of the flatbed embroidery machines, the Brother Scan and Cut. We'll be there with the Juki 8-needle SAI embroidery system and the Rico printers. And we'll also have Designs Machine embroidery product there to sell at a discount.
All in one booth. This all in one booth.
Under a big red tent that says allbrands.com.
It makes us feel like a circus in a good way.
Well, you can always see you. Hey, I've been to the Houston Quilt Show and I can always find y'all because of your tent.
Yes, we love that. When that red tent goes up, I'm like, we're here. This is great.
Exactly. We're ready. We're ready.
Yeah. So we're also bringing in Barb Michaelichek. She's a Brother national educator. Yes. I think she's one of their best like actual instructors.
Not that we have favorites.
She explains things so well. And she's doing like a side hustle class with like getting started with machine.
The Brother multi-needle power up your side hustle.
Yes.
I'm glad you remember the name of it.
And
I may have them written down.
Oh, from memory. She's like, no, I just remember this. That good.
It's at 10:15 on Sunday.
Oh,
yes.
Now you're showing off.
Register for that one.
Yeah, so we can pre-register. That's really cool.
Oh, yes, you can pre-register. You can get online at eemshows.com right now, and you can register for the show. You can register for all your classes. You can do it all. So then you'll just be ready to go come March 3rd through 5th. And you can change classes or you can add classes, but we can't promise they're not going to sell out. Some have already sold out. Oh. So you got to get them now. Then you also have a patch making class at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday.
That one's really cool.
That one is selling fast. Like people want to learn how to make patches.
Hey, and that's a huge in embroidery businesses.
Yes. Well, and right now, I mean, patches, I mean, I know they have been for a few years, but I mean, they're all the rage and they just keep getting more intricate and different. And I understand why everybody's signing up for it.
Well, they're getting to learn how to make their own custom ones. So it's really anything that you want to put on there. Well, now here are the tools. Here's how to do it. So pretty neat. I want to go there, but they told me I have to work.
Maybe you can see.
Oh, we're also if you definitely sign up for the classes because that's the longest, most intense like education. Like you'll get the most knowledge. But they have like little snackable education. There's like is there a stage inside of the vendor hall? How does that work?
Well, it's a stage area. It's not actually a stage because you couldn't wheel machines on there. So there is a projector. It's set up like a stage, but it's not actually elevated, but there is a projector that's elevated so that you can be seen. It's just with big machines, you couldn't wheel them up on the stage or carry them, just wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't. There's not a
yeah.
lot of upper body strength here, you know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of demos that we'll have throughout the entire show. And y'all have several of the spots, and we have all different vendors and instructors coming up to do demos the entire time. So you can, like you said, have a little snackable education. And if you're really interested, then you can go back to the booth and learn more, or buy your new machine or your scan and cut or any of those amazing things. I know you were talking about some of the things that you have in the booth. I know you gave us this awesome flyer. I'm going to show that. It's going to take over the screen, but if you want to talk about it for a minute while we have it.
A little sneak peek.
Oh, so on this page at the top right is Terry Rudolph. He's actually our store manager in Lafayette. We have a location at in Acadiana Sewing Center is what it's kind of called, but it's allbrands.com Lafayette. And yeah, so I hope that you get to meet him there. I'm sure a lot of the local folks that are coming to the Cajun Dome are familiar with him, but we'll have some great specials on bundles of multi-needle machines, and you can either pick financing, an extra, and we're offering trade-ins too if you're interested in that. So here's Juki, and at the top right, that's Tim Bond. He is a Juki national representative, and he's very knowledgeable. I'm actually going live with him at 3:30 today on our channel. But Juki makes, they brand the Tajima 8-needle, which is a fantastic machine. Tajima is very well known in the industry for being one of the best embroidery machines available. So we'll have like 3 different packages for the Tajima 8-needle. You can get like just the lowest price, and all of these have actually 60 months 0% financing. So if a low price per month is something that you need, we'll have that available. So you can get the machine and cap equipment, or the machine with the printer, and all of those have 60 months. And we have 2 scan and cuts that we're offering at the show. They're the SDX models. And why don't you say a little bit about the scan and cut?
So the SDX models are kind of my babies because of AutoBlade. So a lot of other cutting machines, you have to tell the machine what's in there, its thickness, pressures. There's none of that. AutoBlade, you hit the button and you go. So I'm a huge fan of those. So that's where I geek out. But these are great machines. They are Brother products. So if you're used to a Brother machine, well, the interfaces are the same. So I know a lot of the customers, it's overwhelming with all the different ones out there. So we have bringing these 2 girls to show and explain how they work and how they're different, and kind of answer those questions. So I'll be in the booth to answer all the fun questions.
I love the AutoBlade, but I also love that it reads PES embroidery files, which is huge if you're doing both embroidery and cutting.
Well, because now it's cutting your appliques out for you. So it's taking that part of you, me, user error, out of that. So I know with me, like I have carpal tunnel. So taking applique scissors and trying to cut out those pieces, the little pieces of applique, because sometimes they can be itty bitty. It's now taking that out. So it's a nice clean cut for you. And it can cut through, if you treat it with a heat and bond or a Wonder Under or something like that, it's going to cut through that too. So now it's another step it's taking out for you. You just literally put it on there and applique it out. So it like you said, there's so many different things that it can do that I don't think people realize. So now being able to get that education and kind of seeing it in person, playing around with it is really great.
It also scans and it cuts. So that's great for teaching.
In the scan and cut part of it.
So you can scan in a drawing and convert that to a cut file. Or you can scan your background to know where you're placing the cut file. So you don't have to use like all of your fabric or vinyl or cork or whatever you're cutting, which it cuts so many things to place it. And you can use like a little piece, because we don't waste any vinyl in this house, right?
She does. That's something I taught my kids is we do not waste vinyl in this house. And they know when they find a little piece, you bring it to me and it goes into my organizer with all my little vinyl pieces because material is expensive.
It is. It's so expensive. So if you can, I love that you can like put your little pieces on there and it'll cut that, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
saving you money.
Yes, it is. So it's having that scanning capability is huge. And I always tell people you can buy designs. Finding designs is fun, let's be honest. But being able to scan in any image that you found online, print it out on a regular piece of computer paper, scanning it into your machine, then scanning your background, you can put it, if say I found Mickey Mouse, I can put him exactly on a little piece of vinyl that I have left. And now I've, one, just created an image out of thin air. And two, I've used up my scraps, which we all know. We've got scraps of fabric, scraps of vinyl. And this way we can now go back to our husbands and be like, no, I used it. I did good. I'm good.
Exactly. All right.
It's also wireless too, which is cool.
Yeah.
So you can, you don't have to use a computer program to use it, right?
No, Brother gives you Canvas for free, which is awesome. Free is my favorite word.
Yeah.
So they do give you that, which is like their software. You don't have to use it. She is a standalone machine. She does not have to be hooked up to the internet. And you don't have to use Canvas, but you get that option. I don't like to be limited. So that option is there if you want it. But the exciting part, a little sneak peek, is we will be giving one away.
Yay! Who likes free scan and cut?
I do.
Right there.
So we're giving away the 85 Maui. It's pink. It's very cute, but you have to register at the show. So this is a preview of our little registration sheet that's going to be in their goodie bags. I'm actually mailing these to you today, Holly, so you can put them in there. So yeah, when you get to the show, scan that QR code, get in the drawing to win, and we're going to be giving one away.
Yeah. So exciting.
Yay.
Is that?
And then we also do embroidery machine and sewing machine service. We have 7 locations throughout Louisiana and Texas. So this is just a coupon that's going to go in their grant bag for service at any of our 7 locations.
All right. That sounds awesome. Their stuff serviced. That is
yeah. It's important to be up and running, especially when you have like an order that you have to fill.
Yeah, exactly. It only happens when you have an order that you have to fill. Like really, it'll go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. When you have about a couple on the line. But yes, so that is all so exciting. We cannot wait to see y'all there. Again, if you haven't registered yet, if you haven't registered for the classes are selling out. So please go to eemshows.com and buy your tickets, get registered, and we cannot wait to see you there. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Absolutely.
We loved getting to chat, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Thanks. See y'all in